Lincoln Riley did what we all thought he was going to do. And all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time today. Yeah, Lincoln Riley named Jalen Hurts the starting quarterback at Oklahoma. And I swear I usually make this joke about if you've been living underneath that particular rock. But in this particular case, I, among hundreds of thousands of other people, have probably kicked over that rock and said, hey, look, Jalen Hurts is probably going to be a starting quarterback at Oklahoma. And when we say probably, we mean likely. We mean it is the only thing that we were sure of in this offseason. Even outside of Creed Humphrey being the starting center, we knew Jalen Hurts was going to be a starting quarterback. Now, I understand there's a lot of different ways to look at this, not the least of which is, hey, Tate Martell lost a job at Miami. Yeah, well, Jalen Hurts ain't Tate Martell. 1. 2, Jalen Hurts won a national championship at Alabama. 3, Jalen Hurts transferred as a grad transfer after 1, beating Clemson, 2, winning a national championship, 3, being SEC Offensive Player of the Year, and 4, having started as a true freshman at Alabama. The first true freshman starting quarterback underneath Nick Saban at Alabama, and the first true freshman starting quarterback at Alabama in 30 years. So stop with the Tate Martell comparisons here. Same thing with Justin Fields and Austin Kendall, and on it goes, right? This is not like that. But even if it were, Tanner Mordecai ain't that dude. Not yet. Spencer Rattler ain't even been here long enough. Not yet. You knew it was going to be Jalen Hurts. The question is, what does the offense look like now that Jalen Hurts is running it? Because in the past, we know that the offense has been built around, yes, the run game, but also Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield's ability to put the ball where it needs to go. And I still question whether or not Jalen Hurts can do that at the level that Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray did that, which is, say, about 70% completion passing percentage and about 195 quarterback rating in the case of Baker. And in the case of Kyler, north of 200. All right? I don't know that Jalen Hurts has it like that, and I don't think he has to have it like that. But that would be the reason to transfer to Oklahoma, is to become a much better quarterback. The idea is to not go into the draft looking like Dak Prescott and having to get drafted in the 4th round. It is to go into the draft looking like Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray, because he knows what you know, what we know, which is that the last 2 number 1 quarterbacks in the NFL draft have come from the Oklahoma. There's only one, as in number 1, as in numero uno, as in the last 2 Heisman Trophy winners. Aight? Now, outside of all of that, the intrigue is also in how does the offense line up? Because I'm fond of this basketball set that you can run out there where you can have CeeDee Lamb on one side, Theo Weiss or Jaden Hazelwood on the other side, or A.D. Miller if that's what you really want to do. You can have Lee Morris in the slot. You can have Austin Stogner in the slot. You can have Grant Calcaterra in the slot. You can have Ramondre Stevenson standing next to Jalen Hurts, and all of a sudden, y'all big, y'all fast, y'all long, and you're destroying. I like it. Now, you could also bring those tight ends close, and you can go with your 1 tight end set, or you can go with 2 tight end set. You can go with your single back set. You can do these designed quarterback powers, these designed quarterback sweeps. But if Jalen Hurts can throw the ball, ain't no need for all that. You can just, run the offense. And in running the offense, you can also take advantage of the linebacker playing quarterback, the running back playing quarterback. The big, strong dude with the big, strong arm who can truck Mississippi State middle linebackers so much so that they are injured on the play. Yeah, he did that, don't. But all of this, we don't really know. And, we're not really going to know until Texas, all right? As good as Houston's offense is going to be, that defense is trash and should not test this offense. If it does, may have a problem. They get tested by South Dakota, got a big problem. They get tested by UCLA, which nobody knows what to expect from. Still, I say you got a big problem. All right? Just look at the schedule, look at your non-con, look at your con. You're going to see that if they stumble, somebody been con before con. And you know what? It might be us. But news is, Jalen Hurts, he the dude. I mean, legitimately, honestly, was there ever any doubt? Honestly, I know that Tanner Mordecai's parents are watching this channel going, yeah, RJ, we actually did think that Tanner had a shot. No shade, like none at all. But Austin Kendall's parents thought he had a shot last year. And I like Austin Kendall. And I like Tanner Mordecai. But I also know that the game is the game. You knew what it was. You knew what it was when that boy decided to transfer into here. You knew that he took visits to Maryland and Miami, and they had the dude out eating steak and shrimp out in Miami and Coral Gables. You knew that he could have gone back to Alabama, and Nick Saban would have welcomed him with open arms. Because now he got this dude named Mac, who everybody trying to tell me that could play, but if he could play, he would beat out Tua Tagovailoa, and that ain't what it's going to be. However, you could tell me that maybe Jalen Hurts looks a little shaky. You could say, hey, maybe he got a hard time picking up the playbook. Seeing as it's a pro raid, air raid style playbook, I got a hard time believing that. But maybe it's possible. And maybe Tanner Mordecai been in that system. Tanner Mordecai been in them books. Tanner Mordecai be like, I'm from Texas too, dog. I brought my team to a state title championship game, bro. I had 4,000 yards passing, 1,100 yards rushing. I'm feeling myself. You could have convinced me of that, but I'm in this thing. My ear to the ground. I read what y'all read. I probably hear more than you hear. And I feel like, yeah, I would have known. And I would have been breadcrumbing it out there. Better watch out for Tanner. Been hearing good things about Tanner. But all along, the string of news, the string of deets, as the children say, what my text messages tell me, with the Twitters, with all of the information that comes into my ears, phone call here, there, phone call there, it's been all love Hurts. Now, you could also tell me, hey, look, if Jalen blows out a knee, blows out an ankle, has a shoulder injury, then it's going to be Tanner Mordecai time. And 100%. I'm not going to fight you about that. If anything, it should be Tanner Mordecai time by then, because Rattler ain't been on campus long enough to have consumed enough of the playbook in a way that Tanner Mordecai has consumed all of the playbook. Otherwise, it's going to be a glaring indictment, just a roaring indictment, on Tanner Mordecai's resume if Spencer Rattler were able to beat him out from a standpoint of not necessarily talent, but from knowledge. Because you're all quarterbacks. You're all highly recruited quarterbacks. And I don't care what you tell me. I wish people would really believe me and listen to what I'm saying when I say that every child that is offered a scholarship, not signed, offered a scholarship to the University of Oklahoma's football program from here all the way back, but especially since 2000, is the best high school football player from his area in a generation. Full stop. They're the best to do it in a generation. All right? It's that legitimate. And not all of them get there. Right in my hometown, Tulsa, right? We talk about Booker T. Washington. We talk about McClain. We can talk about others, but I'm going to talk about them right quick because North Tulsa kids, stand up. The best high school football player to ever come out of this area in my lifetime didn't make no NFL. His name's Prentice Elliott. And you go look him up. Oklahoma State fans know for Prentice Elliott. They also know he's a knucklehead. He was stupid and, went the way that knucklehead and stupid people go in that moment. Come back from it. Still, didn't make it to the NFL. Another guy who was good, who was solid, who had his mind right, Josh Jacobs, went 24th in the first round. It's going to be John Gruden's entire offense. Both those dudes went to McClain. Both those dudes about 10 years apart, a generation. 10 years apart, decade. Both Wildcat quarterbacks at McClain. In between there, you had Sean Jackson, went to TU, had a great career. 3 dudes come out of McClain. One of them is that generational talent. One of them made it all the way through. Booker T. Talking about Justice Hill. You know what I mean? You know how many dudes come out of Booker T every year? You know how many make it to Oklahoma? You know how many get Division I offers from Oklahoma? Yeah. 1, maybe 2. Right? If you're lucky. Like, I'm looking at this big board that I'm putting together. I got to do this upload on the channel because I've been going through Green Country kids in particular, but, state of Oklahoma, which games that I'm going to try to get to, which games I want to see the most because I'm going to look at it from a recruiting angle. And Booker T's got like 4 dudes out there, but of those 4 dudes, the likelihood of all of them making the NFL? Nah, man. It's less than 2%. So all that to say, I understand that Tanner Mordecai can play. I understand that Spencer Rattler can play. I understand Jalen Hurts can play. Tanner Schaefer can friggin' play. But the margins at this particular school and in this sport are so razor thin, and you can't call it. So yeah, Jalen Hurts, he's going to start it out. Doesn't mean he's going to finish it, and that's why we play the games. Yeah, hope this wasn't a complete waste of your time, but deuces.